Welcome back, or hello if you're a first time viewer. I'm Paddy from Odds on FPL, and today I'm going to be talking about the FPL API. With this API, I'll be using Google Sheets, and then you can query the, the API and get all sorts of data from it. If this is something you're interested in watching, stick around. So anyway, back to the meat of the sandwich. The API is freely available by Fantasy Football, and it's queryable in many different ways. One way that people can use it is with Google Sheets. Google Sheets is also free, so it works. It's a great way for you to get into the world of APIs, the world of endpoints, the world of data. It's a great starting area, and genuinely, once you get into it, your life will not be the same. You'll just be a bona fide nerd after this. So yeah, if you want to be a nerd, stick around. First up though, if this is the kind of content that you're actually interested in watching, let me know. Put a comment down below. Subscribe. Plenty of things. So anyway, if you have subscribed, cheers. But if you haven't, do it. First off, I'm just gonna explain what an API is, very layman terms. I don't want to go into too much detail. APIs have endpoints which you can query against it. As a comparison, think of it like a shopping center. The API is the shopping center. When you go into a shopping center, there's different floors. Think of the floors as the endpoints. On the bottom level floor, there's restaurants. Middle level floor, there's shops. Third level floor, there's parking. An API allows you access to these different areas, and because of the way it splits it up, it allows access to the database in better fashion. So that's just a very high level explanation of it. If I had got that in college, it would have really helped me understand it. But essentially what an API is, it's requests of data, and then it gives you data. So you request something, it gives you it, and then you can use that data to create whatever you want with it. People create websites, people create applications, people create Excel sheets of data. So there's so much opportunity with it. It's all about thinking of projects and what you can do with the data. Creation of these ideas is not easy, trust me. That's why I'm creating a video, so other people can do it. So first off, I'm going to show you the odds on, not the odds on FPL website, but the fantasy football website. So this website here is the standard fantasy football website. You can see it. This is all powered by an API. Believe it or not. Wow, crazy. But if you go back to status and you right click, inspect element, don't judge me for using Opera, by the way. Within it, this is powered by sources and a network. Within the network, there's a load of data. If we press Control or it'll refresh it. All of this data here is what powers this website. Each one of these things, whether it's a WebP, a PNG, these are all images which display, or even style sheets, anything like that. But if you want to find out how it's actually powered in terms of an API, you click on this here called an XHR. Within that, you'll see different endpoints. For example, the Bootstrap static. You can have your own API entry. And let's say if you want to see what the Bootstrap static is, we click this. This is how it looks. Can you read this? Oh, of course you can't. In terms of what this is, it's JSON. This is a lot of data just in one sheet. Look at the amount of data here. Interesting. But within this, there's different things such as events, and then let me see. There's loads of things in there, but yeah, here we go. So there's in the preview in XHR, you can see what's here. So there's events, elements, element types, element stats, game settings, phases, teams, total players. If you wanted to see what one of these are, you can expand this. So let's say if we choose, for example, events, you can see there's all this data based on events, which is powering this whole website. So with this link here, this gives all the data on all the events. It gives all the data on other things such as elements, which are players, game settings, which I don't really care about, phases, which I also don't care about, teams, which tells you which team it is, And then as well as that, there's elements, which I probably already said. But what I'm going to do here is to show you how to put this into a Google Sheet. So in Google Sheets, make sure you have a file open. It can be any file. So in this instance, there's nothing in it apart from the ImportJSON that I want to do. So ImportJSON is essentially importing this JSON file, which is Fantasy Premier League and the API call, into this. Originally, Google Sheets does not have this function, so you have to create it. To do that, you have to make sure that you're using a Google Sheet and you're not using an XLSX. I think I said that right. You go to Tools and go to Script Editor. And then this should open up a new tab now. And within here, you should be able to create a script. By default, there'll be a code.js. Just delete this. So you go in here, delete all that. And now what we want to do is we want to create an ImportJSON file. Ooh. So this is going to be the name of it. And now someone has so kindly already created this. So this is created by a guest. Cheers, a guest. Within here, we copy all of this. Why won't the copy function work? I need a new mouse. So you can either just go here, downloads it, and you can copy this into here. This has all the data that you need. You don't even need to read this, to be honest with you. It's got loads of variables, things like that. Just a script to allow you to run it. So now, once that is saved, you click on the Save Project button here, which is the floppy disk. Save it. Once you're happy with it, get out of it. And now, all you have to do is paste in this, but with an equal sign. So this is calling the function, or even the script. Now this is importing the JSON from this URL. Once you press enter, it should load. Ignore that, I will say that. So how about that local baseball team? Doing well, aren't they? Yeah. There's a lot of data here, by the way. It does take a while. So you can see here now, it's taken everything which was in the Bootstrap static and it's put it into this sheet. So now you have all of this data, all of this in a spreadsheet. As easy as that. What you want to do with this, put in your comments and I can tell you what you can do with it. So essentially you've got the player names, you've got element values, you've got the element bonus points, which don't really work. And then as well as that, you've got the positions. So this all relates back to each other. Reading through this, you'll fully understand the API. You can see here that there's element photos. So that's how their photos show up online. Their second name, element news, in case that somebody's left. First name. Then there's also something for their price, which is here, element now cost. So you can see here 49 is actually 4.9 for Leno because he's gone down to that. But then if you go further left, you also have different things such as team IDs. So that's interesting enough. A lot of data here. You can really work with it. So yeah, that's been a short introduction into importing it into it. I shall include the links in the description, especially the link for this script here, because you can just paste that in. And if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I will respond to you as soon as I see the comment. If you found this useful or you want to see more videos like this, let me know, because I'm more than happy to do it. Genuinely, I think these sort of things are very interesting and it's a good basis for people to start to learn. So yeah, I've been Paddy. If you've enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, share it. Out.